It's about the domestic violence. Did you get a hold of her? Sorry. I have a left throat.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you. I call the meeting of September 10th, 2024 of the County Board to order. A quorum of members is physically present. I will entertain a motion to permit those members not physically present due to personal illness or disability, employment purposes, or the business of the board, or family or other emergencies or unexpected child care obligations to participate by video or teleconference. Motion by Member Chaplin. Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. I invite everyone to stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Member Childress, will you please lead the pledge? Pledge to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now invite Reverend Alex Molina from St. Andrew's Lutheran Church of West Chicago to lead us in the invocation.
The Lord be with you. Dear God, thank you for the faithful servants you have brought together to fulfill your purpose. You have given us willing hearts and a desire to proclaim the name of Jesus through word and deed. We ask you to give us wisdom, patience, and guidance as we plan for the future. Jesus taught us to seek you first in all things. He said, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Matthew 6:33. As we begin our planning, help us first seek you and your will. Help us to respect one another and work together. We give the glory for everything that is accomplished. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay. Mr. Deputy Clerk, please take the roll.
Cahill. Here. Chaplin.
Here.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert.
Here.
Desart. Here. Eckhoff. Here. Evans.
Here.
Galassi. Here. Garcia.
Here.
Guston. Here. Krajewski. Here. LaPlante. Here. Ozog. Here. Rutledge. Here. Schwarzy. Here. Tornatori. Here. You.
Here.
And Zay.
Here.
Okay, I'd like to invite members Cindy Cahill, Patty Guston, Fernando Ramirez, Maria Rodriguez DeGoria, Alan Lowe, Karina Riviera, and Maritza Candia Thompson to the podium. Okay, we're beginning our day with Una Fiesta, as we have invited several community guests to help us celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. All our guests are key players as we honor the cultures and contributions of Hispanic and Latino American residents in DuPage County. Allow me to say a few words of introduction about our guest. Fernando Ramirez of the Mexican Cultural Center of DuPage in West Chicago is here as we recognize Olmec Trails, a hand-painted large-scale sculpture. They're hand-painted large-scale sculptures that have been set throughout DuPage County, featuring the works of 33 contemporary artists from across North America. This exhibition pays tribute to the indigenous roots of Mexican heritage. Maria Rodriguez DeGoria is the president of DuPage Hispanic Alliance, and Alan Lowe represents the Naperville Sister City Foundation. They are hosting the Naperville Hispanic Heritage Festival on Saturday, September 14th. Finally, member Cahill invited Karina Rivera and Maritza Candia Thompson to tell us more about Elmhurst University's Center of the Blue Promise, which is designed to support student success among the university's Hispanic, underserved, and first-generation college students. Allow me to read our proclamation, and I'll ask our guest to say a few words. Sorry. Okay, whereas during National Hispanic Heritage Month, we appreciate the history, heritage, and contributions of the ancestors of American citizens who came from Mexico, Spain, the Caribbean, and South and Central America. And whereas for generations, Hispanic Americans have played a pivotal role in our country's strength and prosperity, and their spirit, energy, and leadership are woven into the cultures of America, enriching our lives. And whereas in DuPage County, the number of Hispanic Latino residents continues to grow and has increased to 15% of our population, according to the 2020 census data. And whereas DuPage County joins with community organizations celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, including the Mexican Cultural Center of DuPage, which through the Olmec Trails exhibit features the works of 33 contemporary artists from across North America. And whereas we also honor Elmhurst University's Center of the Blue Promise, creating opportunities and enhancing resources to assure and sustain success for Hispanic students. And whereas the DuPage Hispanic Alliance and Naperville Sister Cities Foundation are honored this month by promoting the richness and diversity of Hispanic and Latin American heritage throughout educational, cultural, and civic activities throughout DuPage County, including this year's Hispanic Heritage Festival taking place on September 14th in Naperville Central Park. Whereas Congress authorized a national proclamation celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th through October 15th. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Deborah A. Conroy, Chair of the DuPage County Board, and members of the County Board do hereby proclaim September 15th through October 15th, 2024 as Hispanic Heritage Month in DuPage County, and encourage our residents to better understand, recognize, and appreciate the rich history and culture of Latino and Hispanic Americans. All in favor? Approved this 10th day of September 2024 in Wheaton, Illinois.
Thank you, Chair Conroy. As a lifelong Elmhurst resident, I grew up with Elmhurst University in my backyard, and I surely was blessed. I grew up there and used it many times, but today I am so honored to talk about Elmhurst University's Center of the Blue Promise. It's a culturally inclusive space, a meeting, gathering space, aimed at nurturing student success among the university's Hispanic, underserved, and first-generation college students. The idea was to create a space where everyone is welcome and where the university intentionally serves its fastest growing population, which is Hispanic students. We are proud today to honor the staff and students who make the center a success. I want to introduce the directors, Karina Rivera and Marisa Candida Thompson, right here. And I'd like to introduce in the back, there's Professor David Jensen, VP of Academic Affairs, Dean Pribino, VP of Student Affairs, Phil Reardon, and 2 students who have been beneficial of the program. So.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Karina Rivera. I'm the project director for Elmhurst University's first ever Hispanic Serving Institution grant. Elmhurst University has always been dedicated to providing a space where students can embrace and celebrate their heritage, and this recognition is a testament of the hard work and passion of our entire team. Briefly, I would just like to highlight that this center was made possible by the Developing Hispanic Serving Institution grant. It's a Title V grant that Elmhurst University was awarded in October 2022 by the Department of Education. There are 3 main charges that this grant will support in the next 3 years, all with the focus on supporting our underrepresented students. The first is the centerpiece of the grant, which was establishing the Center of the Blue Promise, or El Centro de la Promesa Azul, where, again, it's a multi-resource hub for students. The second is easing that transition for first-year students from high school to college by ensuring that our faculty are trained in teaching methods that center our students' cultures and identities and use their experiences and perspectives to improve their learning. The final charge of the university with the support of this grant is to ensure that students see the value of participating in experiential learning opportunities outside of the classroom, such as internships, study abroad, and undergraduate research, and also providing financial support to students who otherwise may not be able to participate. Our designation as a Hispanic serving institution and the work that we are doing with the support of the HSI grant is a reinforcement of our shared commitment to equity, as it highlights the importance of acknowledging, celebrating, and ensuring that the students that make up our community have equitable access to education. Thank you again to the board for this honor. We're very grateful for your support.
Good morning, everyone, and muy buenos días. My name is Marisa Candida Thompson. I'm the director of El Centro de la Promesa Azul, also known as El Centro, or the center to some of our students. I'm here to just talk really quickly about some of the impacts that the center being open for 1 year has had. The center was open last fall in September of 2023, and we'll be celebrating our 1-year anniversary this coming week for the impact that it's made for our students. So we've had over 23 students be directly affected by the High Impact Practice Fund that Karina mentioned, which was undergraduate research, study abroad, and internships. We've had over around 1,000 visits to our center for students coming in to having a space to meet and kind of hang out, but also to be able to attend the events that we have that are more culturally relevant and culturally centered. We also have around 70 tutoring appointments that we offer for bilingual tutoring in partnership with our Learning Center that has provided students academic success. And finally, we also had about 10 families that were impacted by our Family University, which is a bilingual initiative that we had to support families easing the transitions of their first-generation students attending college campuses. Thank you all so much for your continued support for Elmhurst University and all of the initiatives that we have going on. And thank you so much for the recognition.
Thank you very much. As we can tell, education is the key. And while I was on Naperville City Council, I was liaison for the Naperville Sister Cities Commission. Naperville actually has 3 sister cities. One is Nitra, Slovakia. The other is Pascual, Mexico. And the final one, which we got approved, was Cancun, Mexico. At that time, Alan was on the commission with me as I was liaison, and we thought, how do we educate people on different cultures, right? And that is basically what the Sister Cities is exposing people to different cultures and learning about what they do that might be different from what you do. And it just blossomed and bloomed into this festival. So 4 years ago, they established the Naperville Hispanic Heritage Festival. So this will be our 4th year of doing the festival this year, to be able to expose people to the different cultures, music, sounds, foods, and anything else that that culture has where people can learn from. And so we're really blessed to have so many people that step up to volunteer and do so many things. We also have Maria, who's on the DuPage Hispanic Alliance, who actually joined the foundation just recently also, to be able to get the event more engaged and more connected with our Hispanic community in DuPage County. So we're really lucky to have these individuals here with us today, and I hope that everyone will come to the Hispanic Fest, which is on Saturday. The music starts at 6 and it ends at 9. We will have the Young Naperville Singers. On top of that, we'll have the Folklorio dancers. They're amazing. And then after that, we'll have a mariachi, I don't know if I'm saying that right, band playing. It's very festive. It's free to all. There'll be multiple merchants there and vendors with different types of wear and food. But it just embraces everybody's diversity and allows everybody to share in the cultures, whatever your culture might be. I would like to have Alan come up and speak about the foundation and the festival. And then Maria, if you could talk about DuPage Hispanic Alliance. Thank you.
Good morning. So I want to thank Patty Gustin. So it's been a privilege working with her as a commissioner and as a foundation member. Her leadership has been fantastic, acquiring Cancun as a sister city, going through the Mexican consulate, doing all the legal pieces of that. It's been a fantastic experience. And I want to, celebrate, DuPage County and appreciate your looking forward and celebrating our cultural diversity. It's immensely important, especially in the kind of a craziness of today, to really celebrate each other's culture, to learn the culture, to learn what the differences are, how we can celebrate that, how we can interact. These are just really foundations that we need to keep building on. And as a foundation member, foundation's a 501c3, so we're able to get money, raise money, and then actually do a festival like this. So, one of our building blocks is actually with the commission, which I just retired as a commissioner in August. But in foundation, we had the same building blocks as really culture, education, and business. And one of the key aspects, we really did awards for recognizing Hispanic individuals within the community of those. And we've done that for the past 3 years. And this year, Ms. Gesson came up with a great opportunity to recognize our Hispanic first responders. And so this year, we're going to recognize, it's already been published, so it's not a secret yet, so I'm going to say who they are. But Naperville firefighter Kurt Diaz, Illinois State Trooper Lieutenant Yave Dominguez, Naperville Police Officer Nora Ortega, and DuPage County Sheriff Lieutenant Edward Castillo. So again, it's a great event. Come see us, and we're not just Hispanic, but we also do with Czechoslovakia at our countries, and so all that cultural diversity bring together. This event is just for celebrating our Hispanic heritage and those individuals. But again, foundation and to build and do that interaction and community involvement. Thank you.
Good morning, esteemed DuPage County officials and guests. My name is Maria Rodriguez de Joya, and I am the president of DuPage Hispanic Alliance. On behalf of DuPage Hispanic Alliance, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you for this proclamation from DuPage County. This recognition affirms our mission and inspires us to keep continuing to serve our community. It is the valuable relationships that have helped us form what we have. Relationships with Naperville Sister Cities Foundation has been crucial to our success, along with the support of DuPage County, our community, other amazing organizations, and our families. Together, we've expanded our impact, creating bridges and pathways between cultures and enriching the diverse in our community. Thank you again for the recognition of DuPage County, and a sincere thank you to Chairwomen Cindy Cronin and Patty Gustin for this nomination. We will continue to stand in our mission and make a positive difference in our community. I am going to have our Vice President, Shaiska Malka, come up and speak a little bit about who DHA is.
Hi, good morning, buenos días. DuPage Hispanic Alliance, it's a brand new organization founded in 2023 and has moved full speed ahead empowering the Hispanic community to preserve and celebrate its traditions. We are proud, hope it's not my phone. We are so proud of the progress we have made this year, the last year, participating in over 15 events across communities in DuPage County, in Naperville, Wheaton, Glen Ellen, Aurora, and West Chicago. Our achievements include organizing the first and largest Latin American marketplace at Fox Valley Mall, featuring over 50 Latino vendors from 8 different countries. We also hosted recently the Latin Suburban Art Walk and partnered with various community organizations to promote cultural, artistic, and educational activities. We are so excited for the future, and we remain committed to serving our Hispanic and non-Hispanic community. I agree with what Patty has said, that it's not just about us segregating us, it's just having a bridge so we can, learn more about different cultures. What is more like the differences, we just need to bond on the similarities, regardless, our background, if we speak different languages or whatever, we need to, be like unite. I think that's the main purpose. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the recognition.
Do we have a few more that want to join us for the picture, please? Okay, go ahead.
Mine's very quick. I've been here a couple of times with you guys. I've been privileged to somebody yelled at me as we were doing maintenance on these heads, the Olmec, this one exhibition. There was a person I was in Wheaton, and she was from Naperville, these residents, and so I couldn't believe they were out here riding their bike and seeing all the heads, trying to collect, as they were saying, they're trying to collect all the pictures of all of them, and it's a great feeling to hear that. But they said to me, this is a exhibition that's been 3,000 plus years in the making, and I didn't realize that until you start thinking about, wow, what it's all inspirations that got it to this point, and so anyway, so it's very cool to see people go out there and participate and love the art, see the history, just take as much as they can off of this, and it's only there till October. It's there till October, so hopefully you guys get a chance to go out there and see all of them. There's this wonder exhibition over there in College of DuPage, and if you guys don't have a quick understanding of the history, go over there and take a look at that, because that's a great way to give yourself a good understanding of the heads and that exist, this first civilization. And so I'm just very privileged. And I take the opportunity to thank Diana Martinez, who's back there tucked away, who helped me out and through this and really mentored me through this process. So anytime I get a mic, I'm going to thank somebody. And Diana was perfect for her to be here for this. So thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity.
On the matter of public comment, according to County Board rules, members of the public shall be afforded time to address the board. Individual remarks shall not exceed 3 minutes in length, nor shall the total time provided for all remarks exceed 30 minutes. Our state's attorney will call the names of those who have signed up to speak.
Mrs. Rugg. addressing my problems for over 10 years. I told you I'm 75 now, from 65 to 75. My husband's been diagnosed, he's 77, 2 to 5 years to live. I want to get out of DuPage so badly. You're killing me. All of you that lack courage, all you women, you're tribal. Whatever he says, you buy it. You buy into it. All the lies, the deceit. And it trickles up. You go to the IEPA. You go to the people in Springfield. Well, Jim Zay says everything's fine. Jim Zay, the people in the county say everything's fine. There's nothing wrong there. I've begged and begged and begged, and you, Conroy, the woman that cares about mental health, I'm shaking right now. You know how many times I thought about jumping off of one of your garages? Huh? You know how many times I felt like slitting my wrists? How many times I felt like going and getting some drugs and swallowing them? Because of you, mental health queen. I tried to sign up for that. It said space is unavailable. I would have loved to go on there. People like you create mental illness. When you bully people for 10 years, 10 years, I have new film footage from the lady in a walker. Oh, Cronin's over there whispering. Talking to the microphone, Cronin. Both of you, theater lady talking to the microphone. You got something to say. No courage, Cronin? I'm tired of this place. You have all kinds of availability to solve the nursing home problem and to solve my problem. I didn't create it, you did. It was flat land. People lie and lie and lie in this room. I got new film footage where a woman in a walker, she's walking and there's the water all over like it always is after a rain. Stagnant water, which is illegal. Illegal? And she's trying to figure out, how do I get across the water? Then she takes a leap of faith, stretches, she's probably in her 60s, maybe had hip surgery, and she's stretching out her leg, hopping over the water. And you do nothing but grin, Mrs. Cronin, Conroy. Grin.
Mrs. Rugg, you're at 3 minutes. If you could wrap up, please.
I want you to do something. You can make my property a dry pond. You can help the people. I gave you pictures of the land for sale. Buy it out and get us a dry, whatever you call it, a reservoir. Stop flooding people out. If Kwame, you said that you respected Kwame Royal. I heard you say it right there. Kwame Royal says I should go to him. And you never do nothing. Nothing. You're diabolical. Get me out of here. I want the last years of my husband's life to be peaceful.
If the board has received public comment via our online portal, per board policy, those comments were provided to members yesterday so they could be reviewed. Comments submitted electronically will be included in the minutes of this meeting. And this board does take mental health very seriously, and I would certainly encourage Mrs. Rugg, if she's feeling those real feelings, to stop over at our health department for the services that we do have here. Okay. Today, Diana Ramirez is here at the board's request to provide some information about the results of the ARPA investments, ARPA investments by this board to help support some of our recent exhibits at the Mac Cleve Carney Museum of Art. I attended these shows and I can tell you they were wonderful. But Diana, I will tell you, Diana will tell us even more about the return on investment and the benefits these shows bring to the community. Diana.
Hi, I'm Diana Martinez. Thank you so much for having me. I want to answer some of the questions that came up at the last time we were together. So I have a lot of slides, but I promise I'm going to go quick. So I think one of the biggest questions was the return and who came and how many people came. 33,000 visitors came, and I went through it this weekend and figured out exactly where they came. 18,000 were from the DuPage, or I said DuPage adjacent. You know how there's a lot of counties that are DuPage Will, DuPage Cook. All of those I lumped into the DuPage section. The rest are Illinois Drive, Kankakee, Peoria, Shanahan. I learned about all the different counties. 1,435 are out of state from somewhere else in the U.S. 324 that we have that bought their tickets through us were from out of the country, but we know there were more. What we discovered throughout the event was people would say, for instance, the mayor of Wheaton, we have our sister city in from Sweden. Can we get a tour? Well, he bought the tickets, but they were from Sweden. So we know we had a lot of out-of-town visitors. This was a really interesting survey question that I thought you might appreciate in terms of what board members had brought up about economic impact. You can see that 37% of the people who came identified that they ate out at a restaurant before or after the show, or they shopped in DuPage somewhere, Glen Ellen, Wheaton, Lisle, Naperville, and that is separate from buying in the gift shop, which shows that they are here spending money and visiting around town. These are the 28 countries that we know people came from. You can see we had a map where there's tons of dots all over the world from where people were visiting from, but these were the ticketed ones that we know what countries they came from, and you can see how far and wide they came from. According to the American for the Arts, here are the ancillary spends of visitors that are coming, and there's a difference between residents and non-residents. So the economic impact just from the ancillary spending is about $2.7 million, and I think that was one of the questions that was asked by me, and that's for tickets, lodging, parking, driving, those kinds of ancillary spends. You can see it all detailed in this slide, all the different things, and this is based on a Chicago spend, right? This is not just all across the United States, this is for our area. You can see where most people, about a third of the people heard about the show from a brochure, a third from newsletters, and a third from word of mouth, and you can see how it all breaks down. But the money that you gave us was specifically used to target out-of-town visitors to the Warhol Museum and to share all the different things that were happening across DuPage County. And we did promote this as a county-wide event. This was the first slide, or first page in the brochure. And another question was, what was the average ticket price? You can see here the average ticket price was $20.12. That's brought down by our desire to bring access to schools and groups and kids during the week. Speaking of school engagement, we had 8 school groups come. 250 students participated in our digital showcase. District 41 made their entire year, their grade schools, teaching them Warhol art and art projects. And there is the proof, is my neighbor next door showing me his weekly art projects that they did. And they all came to see the show, which was pretty exciting. 43 community lectures were given throughout DuPage County for libraries and arts organizations, printmaking workshops. And then in terms of economic impact, you can see the corporate meetings that came. We had 12 corporate meetings. Merrill Chase hosted one, and there's just several. Ball held their international conference. You can see everybody there. They centered it all around Warhol and themed their international annual conference around it, and spent the day there on stage meeting and then going through the exhibit at night. We had 94 different groups attend. And you can see here is the representation from every single partner that we had in DuPage County. 29 partners participated throughout DuPage County, and 29 towns installed a Warhol-style mural. So those were city representatives. By the way, I have these, if you would ever want them for somewhere in here. I thought it might be fun of all the famous people throughout DuPage. We had 20 cities install soup cans, and there was 15 ribbon cuttings, celebrations of hometown heroes and art all throughout DuPage County. What I don't have economic impact numbers for are all the different things that all the different businesses did. And this is just a small sampling of what they did, from bakeries to bars and restaurants to stores and retail. Even dogs got into the action. There was Bartlett's Pup Art Day, and the DuPage Art League did a fundraiser for the shelter, for the DuPage County shelter, doing cat portraits, and they sold out. Downtown Wheaton did a missing piece, progressive dinner, mystery tour. You can see the store that sold the pop art shoes, wine, sip and paint classes all throughout the county. This is some of the bakeries that shared with us what they were doing. But the beer companies did really great with some of their ideas and pop art and specials and events. Even Aurora participated with us with outdoor concerts. So I think in summation, you can see that over 97% of the people, 87% of the people commented that they felt they learned something. And the overall experience was like a 90% positive. But I think what was really exciting was the response from the press and how much they recognized the county-wide engagement. So the next show we are doing is Hokusai. He is a Japanese artist. He is the most famous artist out of Japan. The collection we're getting comes from Europe, and it is one of the most respected collections in Europe of Japanese art. We have a lot of Japanese businesses in DuPage that we are looking to partner with for sponsorship and support. And you can see percentage of population by state that the Asian community is large here in Illinois, and in especially the Arlington Heights area. So what we're going to do this year to try to engage the whole county is we are offering a ukiyo-e style print of whatever your city's icon is, or a notable place in your community, and so that we can spread the public art and inspire everybody to get involved. So this is one of San Francisco, but we hope to have whatever each town wants to do to try to engage each community. The other thing we're going to do is, it's very common in Japan to have an Iki stamp book, and these Iki stamp books are given to tourists to go to museums, and it's almost like a passport book. And it is a cultural thing where each location offers a stamp, and people collect these stamps and they use them like a journal. So what we hope to do is have all the different stations within the museum, and then offer this to DuPage County organizations that are doing related events to the exhibition, so that people will go throughout DuPage and collect the stamps. We also know that we will have Japanese partners, restaurants, and we know that winemakers are already interested in creating their own custom wines for the event. But I think what was kind of exciting for everyone, and one of the best reasons to invest in this, was the editorial board of the Chicago Tribune wrote, "Once exploring DuPage County is becoming remarkably cool." And one of the many things that they mentioned was the public art for Warhol that was all throughout DuPage County, which really made a difference in our community, and I think it really inspired a lot of people, and it created a lot of engagement. So we look forward to hopefully partnering with you again. I think it's our collaboration throughout the whole community is what truly makes DuPage cool. And we have a lot of artists and a lot of really creative entrepreneurs and businesses that helped with Warhol that we hope to re-engage. And I'll take any questions. Yes? No? Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to compliment you. We have 2 Olmec Trails statues in Naperville. That never would have happened unless you told us on County Board about it, and we reached out to our communities, and you know how many people come to that thing. I went to the opening ceremony, and so many people want to take a selfie. It has brought so many more people to downtown Naperville, which is already crowded. But I can only imagine how much ice cream we sold, how much food we have sold because of those statues. So I want to thank you for that, and I'm really excited for the Hokusai exhibition too.
Thank you for your support. I'll tell you, we have 10 at COD, and one thing that we did not anticipate that we often see are school groups that come, that don't call us, that don't contact us, but they make their own little mini field trip and they're out there with the kids. So it's been a great project.
Member Galassi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to comment that this was a great presentation. I personally loved the Warhol exhibit when we all came for that lunch and got to tour. It was wonderful. And I actually traveled to Japan this summer, so I did get to see that art, and I'm excited to see it brought here. So that's really exciting. And I think the comment of, DuPage being cool is cool. Like, I think to have that reputation is fantastic. And I just want to comment that, I think the arts are cool. And, I'm excited to, continue our partnership, and also, being on the Economic Development Committee, I'm excited to see what the feasibility study brings, because I think this just proves that there's definitely this amazing appetite for art in our community. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, Member Guston.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you very much for all your hard work in putting this PowerPoint together, and also all of the things you do for the community. I know we worked together a couple of years ago when you had Frida Hollow. Your exhibit was done, so your cutout of Frida and her husband, you actually donated to the Hispanic Fest that year. And I will tell you, people were just having so much fun with taking photos and understanding, the history behind it. And then the next year, you helped with the Andy Warhol donation to the Hispanic Fest again. Which was wonderful. You guys were done with your show, so it's better to recycle it versus just throwing it out, and also providing an opportunity for kids and people just to learn about what's going on over at the MAC. Also, the Olmec Trails, city staff at Naperville had given me a call about the proposal that was being put in place, and I just thought it was a wonderful opportunity to have it all around the county. And it gives people kind of a tour or destination to go to see for lack of a better word, the heads. And so it's really been a boost, I think, for a lot of different areas. And people going to areas that they'd never gone to before just to see the heads. So I just wanted to thank you for that. But when is it
Hokusai
comes to town, let the city of Naperville know also, because they do have a whole arts department.
We plan to partner again.
Very good.
They're great partners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Member Ozog.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, I want to thank Madam Chair and the board for supporting COD, especially with the ARPA money, because I think you being able to have these exhibitions, especially what you went through with Frida, it's all part of our COVID recovery. So really do appreciate that. And I also want to put a plug outside of the coming show. My husband and I were able to see The Outsider, which is the Buffalo Theater Ensemble's play that's playing through October 6th at COD. It gently and humorously skewers politicians. I made that up myself, but it is really funny, and
it really skewers the political operatives.
Even worse,
right?
Worse, true enough. But
gotta get a ticket.
It's very funny, and it's fun to laugh at something political during this rather tense time. So I highly recommend it. But thank you for all you do for our community, and I'm lucky to have you in our Glen Ellen backyard. So thank you so much.
Thank you for your support.
Okay, Thank you for coming.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you so much.
Okay, today I want to acknowledge what most of you already know. The DuPage County State's Attorney filed a suit against the DuPage County Clerk last week, seeking a court order compelling the clerk to comply with county accounting practices. Because there is a pending court case and the state's attorney is acting on behalf of the county, it's my hope we refrain from commenting on this situation on the board floor, and I ask board members to generally be mindful of any public comment regarding the situation. If you have questions, all inquiries should be directed to the state's attorney's office. This month, September, is National Suicide Prevention Month. It's a time dedicated to raising awareness about the importance of mental health, supporting those who struggle, and promoting resources that can save lives. This month, in coordination with the DuPage Health Department, we are ensuring that our community is aware of our 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. By calling, texting, or chatting to 988, people can connect with trained counselors who provide confidential, compassionate care 24/7. The Crisis Recovery Center, scheduled to open in the summer of 2025, will be another transformative resource for those facing a mental health or substance use crisis, offering comprehensive and compassionate care, immediate support, stabilization, and connection to ongoing services. Starting today, on our DuPage County Board Facebook page, we will join our partners in promoting a new video which will introduce the community to the vital services the CRC will provide. We kindly ask for your support in sharing this video with your networks and partners to help increase visibility and reach those who may benefit from our services. Again, the video is up today on our DuPage County Facebook page. And finally, thanks to all who attended our mental health summit held on Saturday. We had a wonderful turnout featuring some great information and inspiration shared by former Congressman Patrick Kennedy, who spoke. The event also featured a resource expo and tours of the mental health court and services available at the Health Department's Community Center. I am so grateful to Jenna Rossi from our County Board Office and Mila Segalis from the Health Department who planned the event. And a shout out to our elected officials, staff, and community members who all contributed their time and made the event a success. Okay. We'll move on to the consent agenda. I seek a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Second.
Okay. DuPage 24-24-19, DuPage County Board regular meeting minutes, Tuesday, August 27th, 2024, 24-23-17, 8-22-24 auto debit pay list, 24-23-25, 8-23-2024 pay list, 24-23-47, 8-27-2024 pay list, 24-23-98, 8-30-2024 pay list, 24-23-33, Treasurer's Monthly Report of Investment and Deposits, July 2024. 24-24-08, change orders to various contracts as specified in the attached packet. All in favor? Okay, and now we'll move on to County Board and Vice Chair Member Childress.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Today I'd like to move on CBR 4524, the appointment of Jessica Robb to the Emergency Telephone System Board.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay.
Aye.
Cahill. And Chaplin.
Aye.
Okay, Member Childress.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move on CBR 3724, the 2025 County Board meeting schedule, but I want to make a quick note is that the November 12th meeting has been moved to Wednesday because the November 11th 11th is Veterans Day.
Okay, Member Desart.
Thank you. I don't know about my colleagues, but I received a number of thank yous when we held our one evening meeting last year, and encouraged me to try to get like one meeting a month, which I'm not going to do. But what I would like to do is amend this calendar, the schedule. I'm going to amend it on the floor. Let me get this right. I move to amend this calendar so that we have night meetings on April 22nd and September 23rd, with finance starting at 5 p.m. both of those days, and county board starting at 7 p.m. both of those days. So again, it's amending this calendar for night meetings instead of 10 a.m. meetings on April 22nd and September 23rd, based on what I've heard from my constituents. Thank you.
Oh, okay, is there a second?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
discussion.
sorry, just who was the second on the original motion for the? Great, thank you.
Okay. Is there discussion? First, I'd just like to say, I think if we're going to do a night meeting, it appears to me that November 12th would make a lot of sense, good sense, because it's right after a holiday and we've changed the day to Wednesday. So anybody who's out of town has a little bit more time to come back. So I'd like to make that a consideration. Anybody else? Member Chaplin.
And maybe the same instead of maybe April 22nd after Memorial Day? Because,
Okay,
would that
and
be
what
at
is that date?
because
Let's
that's
look for
a
that date.
Tuesday that they have Monday off, and then it's easier for them Tuesday.
I looked at the schedule. I didn't see
Is it 5?
I didn't see any after holidays.
No, every Monday that we have a holiday, we have a Tuesday meeting afterwards.
Right.
So
Memorial Day's
not that. Is there 5? Let's.
Memorial Day. Oh, we might have a.
We have 5 maybe that month.
I mean, I like the way you think, but it's just
Thank you. Somebody likes the way I think.
Okay. I think too, we probably need to discuss, is the board, is there consensus to do 2? Because last year we did 1.
No, we do have a meeting on that. That would be May 27th.
Okay.
Would that be okay?
Okay.
So May 27th and November 12th.
Yeah.
Okay. May 27th and November 12th. So, Member Guston.
Thank you. I don't have any opposition to any of this. I just have a question. How many people did we have show up at the last night meeting? I think it was only one person.
I think
I do realize we need to do it so that people know
Right.
that there are these night meetings, but wouldn't it be more marketable if we did it on the same date, the same time, the same way as before, so people can kind of realize, instead of picking a whole bunch of different dates? Again, I don't have any opposition to it, but I just think for the people that are going to be coming, having a set day is really going to be helpful for them.
I think that's a good idea, particularly since we did Memorial Day last year. That would be an easy one, I think. Nick?
A lot of dates were thrown around. The only thing I heard September 23rd. I would highly recommend not that date because that's the chair's budget date. And
Yes, please.
So that one would probably not be. But the November 12th making a night meeting, that would be. I mean, if staff could make a recommendation, that's by far the easiest, and we're not coming back from a holiday.
Member
Try to
Schwarze.
do that.
Since you asked, I would be more inclined just to keep it 1 per year. Thank you.
Okay, I do want to say that I think the evening meeting was good. I do need you all to hear from me, though. It was very taxing on my staff. I had staff members who worked 14-hour days, and by 9 o'clock that night, some of these folks that, are rock solid were looking exhausted. So it is quite a taxing issue for the staff because they don't get the option to come in later like we do. So I just want you to be aware of that, and please appreciate the staff when we do this. Member Krajewski.
Well, that was my question. I was going to know, how many staff members have to be here in the evening?
They all do. They all have to be here.
Well, that's why I'm just asking a number. Is it 50, 70? I mean, it seems like we have a lot of staff that are at these meetings.
Obviously, any of the staff that has anything of consequence on the board will be here no matter what I tell them. And then we need our support staff out there, our, you know,
It's an awful
facilities
lot of-
management, housekeeping.
Yeah, and you never know what
Security.
board member's gonna ask a question about, at least they're
Yeah,
here.
all the department heads will be here, no matter what we say.
Agree with the chair, there's an awful lot of.
Okay,
staff.
Member Galassi, then Member Garcia, and then Member Desart.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to respect the staff's time, and I think having one meeting in the evening like we did last year is a good compromise. That's where I fall on that conversation, and I'm gonna lob something else out there that probably isn't gonna be well received, but we have a committee meeting on July 2nd, and then a board meeting on July 8th, and then we have the second half of July off. And I feel like if people have spouses that are in the workforce or children, that oftentimes the week of July 4th is given off. And so, you know, to be respectful to our employees who may be married and have other people in the workplace, to have the first 2 weeks of July off might make more sense, to be respectful to their time than having the second 2 weeks off. Just a thought. I found that in my own personal schedule that, you know, many times people have that week of July 4th off, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that fits into like the budget process and all that kind of stuff, but I'm sure Nick will have something to say. Nick, do you want to say anything about the July?
I mean, obviously that's a board's prerogative, whether we do the one thing I would say, July 4th, I gotta see how it falls. July 4th is a Thursday, so you would have committee then on July 2nd, and then board the next week, and you'd have, I mean, that's prerogative of the board. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I don't see an issue, unless, Joan, do you?
We've been doing this a while. Generally, unless, as we as staff put together the draft, unless a holiday falls on exactly the day, we give you the option of holding committee that week, and that has been heretofore the option of this board. However, we have had circumstances in the past, and maybe members A, you can chime in, where the holiday actually falls on the Tuesday, and we've moved down a week in July. We've just shifted the whole schedule down a week.
The one thing I would recommend, so you're saying that July 4th is a Thursday?
I'm sorry, I read the 24th calendar. July 4th is a Friday.
Is a Friday? Okay, so the only question would be from the board standpoint, will there be any problem getting the appropriate number of people at committee on July, whatever that is, that Tuesday? That would be the question. I mean, from a staff's perspective, whether you do it the first and second or third and fourth, that's fine. Or you can do it however you would like.
Okay, I lost track. Member Garcia.
Yeah, thank you for that, and thank you for the suggestion, Member Sart. When I was reading this, I thought the same thing, but I know when I had talked to staff about this before, they often said that it would be nice if we're going to do a night meeting to do it after a holiday, because they'd like to come back and actually answer some of the questions before and get prepared for the meeting. So I'm in favor for sure of the 9/12, which I believe the chair recommended. 11/12? 11/12, okay.
And that's a
11/12.
Wednesday, just so you know, that's a Wednesday.
Yeah, but that's still gonna give staff that amount of time to get prepared for the meeting and come back from wherever they're at. The other one was, I think, 5/27, is that correct? Right?
Yeah, I thought Memorial Day maybe rather than in April. That's if we did two.
If we were to do two, I think continuing the Memorial Day one makes
I'm leaning
sense.
more towards just the one and seeing how that goes with that, but that's just how I'm leaning on that. I
So
think
in that respect, we've already done one this year, so we did it in May. So if we do one this November, that would be two this year.
No, this is
Oh, this is for 25, okay.
25.
Gotcha.
So that's where I'm leaning, but
Okay,
that's how I.
so you want to, okay, so you like November better than May. Okay, doesn't matter to me. Anybody else? Oh, Member Kajewski. Oh, Member Desart, then Member Kajewski.
Thank you. Some of these mics are on and shouldn't be on.
Michael.
Okay, you know, I just want to say that I really respect our employees, and you know I do, but I think inconveniencing you folks twice a year is not an argument. I mean, that's number one. Number two, we've had some of these same conversations a year ago, And I'm sorry that this will be taxing on our employees 2 nights out of a 365-day year. However, I respect my constituents' time, and they really appreciated the night meetings. I heard from several. And this room was full, by the way, during our one-night meeting last year. I also want to point out that, again, I don't understand taxing our employees 2 nights out of the year when school boards, township boards, most governmental boards meet nightly every 2 weeks or every week or every month. And we're asking our employees to do it twice in a year. I just don't understand why that would be an issue. Because I received so many emails in appreciation of the night meetings, I thought we'd go up to 2. A couple of my constituents asked if we could do it every month. And obviously that's, not the appetite of this board, but I think twice in a year is not asking too much. Thank you.
Okay, Member Krajewski.
Thank you. Well, I'm for only one meeting at night, but just to pick up on Member Galassi's comment, you said that it's basically the board's prerogative of what we do. I don't know the history. Maybe Member Zay could weigh in, or maybe I got to call Member Healy, but the second half of July, I thought was more years and years and years ago. It predates me in 2010. Was only because people had, the baseball seasons were over, soccer seasons were over, and now vacations were starting. I'm not so sure.
Historically, it has always been the second half of July has been free for vacations. Now, why that was set?
Well, I have a feeling that was because at the time, those board members, this prerogative, that was what was convenient or whatever for them. This is a whole different makeup of a board, and maybe that doesn't apply anymore. Again, we can decide, but I think that may have been why at the time, but that was set a long time ago. It's nothing
as far
with
back as
regards.
I remember. I remember Zay, I don't know if
budgets or anything else, and so if we want to do the second half, if that's what we all think, then we do the second half versus the first. I don't think it affects the budgets or anything else.
Member Chaplin.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the topic about the 4th of July, but and the weeks off in July, but maybe should we address this issue first and then maybe go to that one second? If take the one first because we're combined. I don't know. Maybe just to. So
I don't think we're not voting on the July thing. That was just a comment by Member Galassi.
No,
so
I don't know.
We can always address that after the meeting.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So, Member Desart.
So I should probably amend my amendment after all of that discussion to say that the 2 dates would be May 27th, which is the day after Memorial Day, correct? Okay. And November 12th, based on the chair's recommendation. So May 27th and November 12th, to have a 5 o'clock finance meeting and a 7 p.m. county board meeting. That would be my amendment. Thank you.
Okay, so Member Zay?
No, yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Just about the July, like I said, it was prerogative of the board at that time. We had a lot of young parents that had that situation with, vacations and that. So, the board can change dates and amend at any time. So if that was the will of the board at that time, they can do it if they wanted to.
Okay. So we had a motion and a second. So we are now voting on taking a roll call on if you want 2 meetings at night next year.
I don't think there's been a motion on that.
Well, should we do, how do you want to do that? Because okay. Okay. So this would be for the 2 meetings on the 2 dates that were specified. Clerk, please take the roll.
Just a question, just clarification. So if we vote no on this, we're going to be voting no on this for a variety of reasons. You don't like 2 meetings, you don't like the dates.
Correct.
Or whatever.
And it can be brought back, it can be brought back then as 1 meeting. So keep that in mind. Okay, if this motion fails, it can be brought back for 1 meeting. Clerk, please take the roll.
Desart. Aye. Eckhoff. No. Evans.
No.
Galassi. No. Garcia. No. Guston. No. Krajewski. No. LaPlante. No. Ozog. No. Rutledge. No. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay.
No.
Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
No.
And Covert.
Aye.
4 voting aye, 14 voting nay.
Okay, motion fails. Does somebody want to make an amendment?
Madam Chair, I make a motion to amend to make a motion for the November 12th night meeting, finance meeting at 5, county board meeting at 7 p.m.
Second.
Oh, okay, second. Okay, clerk, please take, is there discussion? Okay, member Desart.
November.
I think that because the meeting on November 12th is being moved to a Wednesday anyway, I think that's going to confuse the heck out of our constituents, that number one, there's a night meeting and it's moved to Wednesday instead. I don't see success in that, in getting people here. Thank you.
Okay, member Tonatori.
I would just comment that if we didn't have a night meeting on the 12th, there'd be no meeting that week, so I don't know.
No, it would be scheduled for Wednesday during the day, the next day.
Well, it's still going to be as confusing Wednesday as, I mean, if we're talking about days, it's going to be confusing, so I think there'll be plenty of time to let people know if we're going to do it that night, but.
Okay, member you.
Sorry.
Then would it be better to amend it so that we are talking about Memorial Day weekend, just as we did the last time, rather than November 12th?
Okay, member Chaplin. I think there's consistency
I was
there,
gonna suggest.
potentially. I don't know how you'd go from one to the other with, do we vote on this, turn this down, then come back and do it for Memorial Day? Or do you want to call it?
Question.
You want to call the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
November 12th night meeting.
Okay. She called the questions. Okay, so roll call, please. So we're voting on November 12th because the motion is out there. Again, if this doesn't pass, we can bring back the May date. Clerk, please take the roll.
Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Yes.
Zay.
Aye.
Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Krajewski. And LaPlante. 13 voting aye, 5 voting nay.
Okay, motion passes. Okay. No, it'll be November. It'll be November.
Now, do we have to vote on?
Now we need to go back and vote on, yes, member Childress, go ahead. On the amended.
Okay.
Let him talk first.
I move on CBR 3724 as amended, 2025 County Board meeting schedule.
Okay. Member Galassi has something?
Thank you. Just so I understand, once we pass this, can we reevaluate or go back to the July conversation, or is this like?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay.
Yes, we can
Understood.
reschedule
Okay.
that. That's not
Thank you.
necessarily an issue if it's
That's
the
all I
will of the
needed.
board.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. Okay, clerk, please take the roll.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart.
No.
Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay.
Aye.
Cahill. And Chaplin.
Aye.
16 voting aye, 2 voting nay.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, member Childress. Okay, let's move on to finance and member Chaplin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning. By way of committee update, we had Chris Boshayan from Marsh McLennan. We had some good news come out of our meeting. We are not going to be increasing the premiums for employees for their health care, so that's really great. You know, I think it's a priority to try to keep that down. We want to recruit people, and we want to retain our employees. So I'm just really pleased with how Marsh McLennan worked with us and our staff, Nick and Jeff and Chris and her team, and members A. So
Definitely.
okay. So with that, I move on FIR 15024, acceptance and appropriation of the Illinois Court Commission on Access to Justice grant in the amount of $3,000 for the Judicial Circuit Court.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress. Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay.
Aye.
And Cahill.
Okay, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 15124, acceptance of the York Township Drinking Water Expansion Program Grant Agreement in the amount of $300,000, required cost to share an additional $75,000 with Public Works.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I make a motion on FIR 15224, additional appropriation for the DuPage Care Center Foundation Music Therapy Grant from $82,263 to $89,405, an increase of $7,142. DuPage Care Center.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 15324, acceptance and appropriation of the DuPage Care Center Foundation Music Therapy Grant, accounting unit $58,701, DuPage Care Center.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 15524, acceptance and appropriation of the Officer Recruitment and Retention Grant Intergovernmental Agreement in the amount of $50,001. Sheriff's Office.
Oh, no, we need a roll call, please.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress. Covert.
Aye.
Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay.
Aye.
And Cahill.
Okay, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move for approval of FIR 15624, acceptance and appropriation of the Adult Redeploy Illinois Program Grant in the amount of $441,974, probation and court services.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 15724, budget transfers, September 10th, 2024, various companies and accounting units.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 15924, approval of employee compensation and job classification adjustments, animal services.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 16024, authorization to transfer and appropriate $10 million in additional funds from the general fund to the tort liability fund for fiscal year 2024.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 16124, authorization and appropriate $4.5 million in additional funds from the general fund to animal service fund for fiscal year 2024.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. And finally, I move approval of FIO 424, determining compensation of the Deputy Public Defender as amended in finance.
Okay. Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Chaplin.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what just happened there, but okay. Animal Services and Member Krajewski.
Just real quick, a week ago Saturday, we participated in NBC's Clear the Shelter Day on Saturday at the county. The week leading up to the event, because of the advertising with NBC and us, we adopted out 32 animals. The day of the event, another 40 were adopted out, so a total of 72 that week. And staff did a phenomenal job. It was very well organized. They did a good education with the people looking to adopt their animals, and got 72 out of the shelter. But now this weekend, they got a whole bunch more kittens and cats in that came in as strays and dropped off. So anybody's looking for an animal, visit our website.
Okay, Member Desart.
And going on with Member Krajewski's comments, we are now the proud owners of Sergey, a black cat that my daughter adopted during the event. So I don't know whether to say thank you or how dare you. No, I'm just joking.
Nice, very nice. And I'm on the I will eventually list. Yes, the chairwoman's over there often looking, and I would like to bring mine to work with me. So we're working on that. Okay, so thank you guys. Phenomenal work going on over there. And then we want to move to development and Member Tonatori.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, I move to waive first reading of item 12A, which is DCO 5724, regarding amending the administrative adjudication of ordinance violations ordinance.
Okay, all in favor? Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, I move to approve DCO 57-24, an ordinance amending Chapter 34 of the DuPage County Code of Ordinances
Second.
to amend the administrative adjudication of ordinance violations ordinance.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Tornatori.
Aye.
You. Zay.
Aye.
Cahill. Chaplin. Childress. Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. And Guston.
Okay, thank you, Member Tonatori.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, economic development and Member LaPlante.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to remind everyone of our Back to School, Back to Work initiative. This is for parents who are re-entering the workforce after being home with their children. This is something that's near and dear to all of us on the Economic Development Committee. A lot of us have been in that position ourselves, took a break from work to raise our families, and then re-entered. So what this program will do is teach computer fundamental trainings for programs and skills that are needed in today's workforce. So we highly encourage you to tell your constituents and everyone about this. The upcoming dates are September 12th, September 19th, and September 26th. Back to school, back to work. Thank you so much to our Vice Chair, Carrie Galassi, who brought this forward last year. It's been a wonderfully successful program. We love new ideas and economic development. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Member LaPlante, and environmental and Member Rutledge.
Thank you, Chair Conroy. No environmental update, but I just want to tag on to the animal services. About a month ago, we adopted a little 10-pound ball of love. And for $100, my groomer took one look at her and said, "This is a $3,000 designer dog, Sheila. She's a Shortkie," which who knew?
A Shortkie.
But you can get some pretty good quality dogs at our shelter. So
Yes.
there's my plug.
Yes, I prefer mutts because I have a lot more in common with them. Okay, Human Services and Member Schwarzy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to remind this group that on October 8th, we will be presenting the 5th and final round of our DuPage Community Transformational Grants right here in this room. The exciting part about this is the DuPage Foundation is going to be here presenting information on the impact that the grants that are already out there have made in our community. You're going to hear some amazing stories, and we're very, very excited to have that presentation. And I will move to approve item HSR 1724, authorization of applications for the Community Development Block Grant and Emergency
Second.
Solutions Grant for Program Year 25 and Program Year 26.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Schwarzy.
Aye.
Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay.
Aye.
Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. And Rutledge.
Okay, thank you, Member Schwarzy, and we'll move on to Judicial and Public Safety and Member Evans.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Last week, we had budget presentations from our coroner, Dr. Jorgensen, and our Sheriff Mendrick. So anybody who wants to go back and look at that, it's on YouTube. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Legislative and Member Desart.
No report at this time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Public Works and Member Garcia.
Thank you, Chair. For my committee update, I wanted to thank our facilities management staff. They did complete all the work in the chair's office, and the new conference rooms are now up and running where our offices were. Previously, there were 7 small individual offices only accessible to county board members. But it's been reconfigured into 2 conference rooms, a board member office, and a board staff office. And both conference rooms are going to be added to the facilities management room reservation system for 421 county staff to reserve, seating up to 14 in one room and 12 in the other. Facilities management relocated a large conference table from other county board space. They spare modular tables and reused chairs that were in storage. So yay, sustainability for them. So moving on, I make a motion to approve PWCO 000624 amendment to the county contract issued to Paladine Inc. to supply polymer for both the Woodridge, Green Valley, and Knollwood wastewater treatment plants for Public Works for a change order to increase the contract in the amount of $90,000, taking the original contract amount of $248,811.76, resulting in an amended contract amount not to exceed $338,811.76, an increase of 36.17%.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Garcia.
Aye.
Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. Yu.
Aye.
Zay.
Aye.
Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
And Galassi.
Okay, Member Garcia.
I make a motion to approve PWP 002324, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Paladine Inc. to deliver polymer to both the Woodridge, Green Valley, and Knollwood wastewater treatment facilities for Public Works for the period of November 1st, 2024 to October 31st, 2025, for a total contract amount not to exceed $350,000.
Second.
Leave is granted. Member Garcia.
I make a motion to approve PWP 002124, recommendation for the approval of contract purchase order to Institute Form Technologies USA Inc. to rehabilitate water and sewer lines in various locations across DuPage County Public Works and the County Complex for Public Works for the period of September 10th, 2024 to November 30th, 2024 for a total contract amount not to exceed $647,198.
Leave is granted. Member Garcia. Oops, sorry. Okay.
And finally, I make a motion to approve PWP 002224, recommendation for the approval of contract purchase to HOERR Construction for rehabilitation of manholes throughout the sewer and water system in DuPage County for Public Works for the period of September 10th, 2024 to June 30th, 2025 for a total contract amount not to exceed $139,671.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Garcia. You're moving into Member Ozog's word sequence speed. Okay, Stormwater and Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on SMR 4-24, acceptance of Faywell Dam settled dike
Okay,
licensing
enough of that.
payments.
We get it. You're funny. It's been moved and, did anybody move? Did we get a motion? Or are we still laughing? Okay, okay. It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please, and speed it up next time.
Zay.
Aye.
Cahill. Chaplin. Childress. Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. And you.
Aye. Okay, Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on to SMP 23-24, approval contract with the Conservation Foundation Professional Education Services from September 10th, 2024 through September 30th, 2025, contract not to exceed $77,000.
Leave is granted. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on 24-2304, amendment to resolution SMP 6123, issued to Earthworks Land Improvement and Development Corporation for Country Club Highlands Phase 2 Drainage Improvement Project to increase the contract amount $153,653.58 for an increase of 5.69%.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, Technology and Member Yu.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have no report at this time.
Okay, thank you. Transportation and Member Ozog.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank the Transportation Division staff for my shockingly short report today. Anyway, I move for approval of DTR 003424, intergovernmental agreement between the County of DuPage and the Illinois Department of Transportation for improvements along Illinois 64 from Smith Cowes Road to York Street with a total estimated cost of engineering and construction of $14,452,688 and an estimated county cost of $221,088.
Okay, Mr. Schwartz, Member Schwarzy.
Thanks. Just a quick question. This is a great thing. Where are they starting? How long is this project expected to go?
If you'll give us a moment. Bill Edson will answer that question for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. So the project runs for the entirety of the county. It's a lot of little work that's being done. It's intelligent transportation system equipment, it's pedestrian push buttons, and it's emergency vehicle preemption equipment. So it's not a major, on the whole, it's not a major construction project. Obviously, from a cost perspective, it's a major construction project. The schedule looks like it's going to be in calendar year 25. Every project has a different, it always floats a little, but right now they're projecting calendar year 25.
Okay, roll call. It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Ozog.
Yes.
Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You.
Aye.
Zay.
Aye.
Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. And LaPlante.
Okay, thank you, Member Ozog. And we're now on to old business. Do any members have anything in old business? Okay, we'll move on to new business. Member Galassi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to just propose an ask from the from the ARPA interest. It's a small ask. At the most, it'll be $10,000, but it is to support the Hinsdale Lake Terrace area. I was on a parent committee about 4 years ago with the two high schools, and there were some students from Hinsdale South that voiced a great concern that they did not have the financial means for after-school tutoring programs. And so I met with the high school from Hinsdale South last year and Dan Janowick from the community house to try to see if we could implement a tutoring program to support these students in that community. And unfortunately, at the time, there was no space available. Since then, the good news is the community has opened their community center, and we were fortunate enough to be at the event where the CEO of Avenant, who owns the property, was available to have a conversation with. And I brought this to him and said, we really are trying to get some space where we can have this program. And he was very accommodating and has now given us the go-ahead to run this program. And so I asked Dan Janowick if he could pull this program together, and he gave a proposal, and like I mentioned, at the most it would be $10,000 to have a professional staff on location to help facilitate this tutoring program. We've also met with the principal of Hinsdale South, and she is very much in support of trying to get this program up and running. So that is my ask, that we could utilize ARPA interest funds to fund this one-year program that would support the Hinsdale Lake Terrace community.
Okay, I think that's a great idea, and timing is everything, right? We happen to be fortunate enough to be there that day to meet the owner, and he was very gracious to all of us. Member Evans.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to thank Member Galassi and Member Krajewski. District 3 is united in bringing resources to this community. I also want to give a public shout out to Daryl Carter, CEO of Avaneth, because he listened to us, and space has been at a premium at this community, and for him to allow us to bring in, there's so many community partners that want to help the community, but space is at a premium. So I want to thank him, and I'm excited for this. Thank you, and thank you to the board.
Yes, and truthfully, the work of District 3 has been phenomenal when it comes to Hinsdale Lakes, that was once known as Willowbrook Corners, and that commitment I have seen continue. Where are we at? Member Childress.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is not my district, but I spend time out there, and I've actually went out there and barbecued for them and get involved in Dads and Donuts and number of other programs that they have. So I'm very much in favor of and support this initiative. Thank you.
Great. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. Just a reminder, we do have collective bargaining right after county board. So for those on the committee, we do have a meeting right after this. Thank you.
Okay. Member Guston.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to thank Member Swarzy. Exciting news about to celebrate the transitional grant recipients. I think that's going to be wonderful. Many well-deserved organizations. The one thing, though, I wanted to put an ask out there is District 204 came to us with their CARES program, seeking funds to be able to continue their mental health program, and I'm hoping that we can find funds in the budget to be able to support their mental health program, which really actually gets right to the core of when someone needs assistance in mental health. I know that the program with Patrick Kennedy was phenomenal, and he spoke to that, and he spoke to getting people where they're at, where they're most in need, and this is definitely a program that does that. Obviously, his share was also the one biggest hurdle is funding. Nobody wants to fund mental health. So I hope this board will be open-minded and help fund that program this year, because they did, the state is not funding it going forward. So hopefully everyone will join together and we'll find some money in the budget or even ARPA interest to be able to support the kids. Thank you.
Okay. Member Galassi.
Thank you. Sorry, I just wanted to loop back. I think Nick would like to get consensus on the tutoring program.
Is that, so the question would be for 10,000, it's a little bit different because it's not going to come back to any committees, any board. Staff has the authority up to that. If that is the general consensus, we can move forward with negotiating with them, get under contract for up to $10,000 for that tutoring. And we can
Member Dessart.
Thank you. I think we all have interests in the pot right now. We're emailing Nick those interests, and I thought we were going to talk about all of them at once.
So this might be a good time to share with the board that what we're going to be doing is we're going to give each district $300,000. So you will have the ability to advocate and work for your own district with that amount of money. You'll have to work together with your fellow district mates. You also have the ability, if you so choose, to work with more than one district to do something larger. I think I want you all to be in your communities, to talk to people, to help those folks. I know Ina has a lot with domestic violence. I think this amount of money can really help to make some differences in your communities. So I want you to know that that's how we're going to be addressing it. So I have full faith in all of you and so much great work being done in all your districts. So that's how we're going to be pursuing it.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That's excellent. That answers my question. We don't need consensus. Thank you.
Member Galassi.
Just curious, what will the timing on that be? I just know they wanted to get this started.
So yours, I would say with you, I think your other two are in consensus, so I would say there will be no problem moving forward with that. I don't think we need board consensus if your other members are, yep. Okay, so there should be no issue with that. Thank you for bringing that forward. And please start having conversations with your district mates. And, really, it's an amount of money that can really make a difference. Okay, anybody else? Member Dessart.
Thank you. I just wanted to reflect on our board rules where it says, if a chair of a committee wishes to attend via electronic means, the meeting shall be conducted by the vice chair or the member designated as the interim chair that is physically present at the meeting location. This ensures the meeting can be easily managed, and the chair will retain their ability to vote and participate as any other member of the committee, but they have to be physically present in order to be able to participate as chair. So I'm a big fan of Member Zay, but I think that his responsibilities today should have been passed to somebody else. I don't think there's a stormwater vice chair, but there certainly could have been a designee.
There is a... Yes,
Oh,
it's-
Brummel, okay, well, Brummel's not here, so it
Right.
would have to be
It's a
somebody else.
municipal,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, those are our board rules.
Yes, point well taken. This is an
Point of
interesting.
order, but I'm
just
not
a-
chairing the meeting. The chair is chairing the meeting. I'm not chairing the stormwater meeting. I'm just
Yeah.
reading the agenda items, so I'm not chairing a meeting.
We have made that distinction before.
Yeah,
that you can't
that's
chair a
the
meeting
distinction,
remotely,
right.
But you can do your report.
Right. Right. No, you can't run a meeting, so unfortunately, if I'm not here, I can't chair a meeting, so. Anyways, okay, anybody else, new business, are we good there? Okay, I'm informed we do not have any matters requiring executive session. I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor? This meeting is adjourned till Tuesday, September 24th, 2024 at 10 a.m.